So, you're getting a new puppy, and you're preparing ahead of time by learning about puppy training? Have you heard of the puppy blues? This is a new concept for some people. Now, it refers to some frustration or even regret that new puppy owners might feel once they realize the full scope of what it means to take care of a puppy. New puppies are very needy and time-consuming, and sometimes quite frustrating. By preparing ahead of time, you're much more likely to skip the puppy blues, or at least be able to recognize them and then take the steps to alleviate them. Today's video is going to help you with that. I've got 6 awesome tips on puppy training that's going to prepare you for what's to come. Let's go! You might have had a dog before, or maybe you had one when you were growing up. Well, a lot has changed in the dog training world. Thanks to research, we have learned so much about how dogs think and learn, and therefore, how we train them. So, what you think you know may not be the full picture. So, number 6 on our list is to understand how dogs think and learn and how to train them. Science proves that dogs learn best by positive reinforcement. You're going to teach your puppy what you want him or her to do, then you're going to reward her for doing it. You're going to repeat this process until she starts to figure out that good things happen when she does that thing. After she's got the hang of it, you're going to start to name that behavior, like sit or stay. And eventually you can cue or ask for the behavior using that word. Now, too many people make the mistake of starting with the word and expecting the dog to understand. I often hear things like sit, 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 I said sit, or down. Lay down! I said lay down! Meanwhile, your puppy has no idea what you're saying. Your words sound like the Charlie Brown teacher. Wah, 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 wah. Until you pair a behavior with a word and repeat it enough times, your dog doesn't know what the word is. This is the same way that you teach him or her his name. Now, in my online training program, I actually break down the teaching of your dog's name into 3 separate games. You're going to be using this name for a very long time. So, I always want my students to get started off on the right paw with a strong skill of your dog responding to his or her name. Science also tells us that dogs do not learn well by using fear, intimidation, physical pain, or even punishment. You're going to have to take on the role of the puppy teacher or parent here, and you're going to gently and kindly guide your puppy into living in your human world. Now, this channel is all about positive training for young puppies, and there's no reason to use scary or mean techniques. There's a better way, and we'll show you how. We are, after all, a fear-free certified company, so I want to share with you how this training method is even more effective than all the other methods out there. All right, next up is number 5. I want you to understand the full concept of enrichment. Now, if you've been doing puppy research and you're a member of my amazing Facebook group, you're gonna probably hear a lot about enrichment. Don't worry, I will put the link to the Facebook group in the description below this video. Did you know that enrichment is much more than just puzzle toys and brain games? Enrichment is made up of 14 different categories that make an ideal environment for puppy raising and training. These include things like good nutrition, proper rest, a safe and comfortable home, and strong bonds with humans. Yes, dogs really enjoy using their brains to solve problems, which results in some kind of reward. But the best puppy training environment includes those other factors I mentioned as well. Now, getting proper medical care is also part of it, and that means having a good vet on your team. And if you haven't found a vet yet, or you're just not sure what to look for in a vet, you should check out this recent video that can guide you on that. Okay, so far you're learning about how dogs think and learn. You're learning how to keep them happy and healthy for maximum learning and bonding. Now we need to do our best to speak their language, in addition to teaching them ours. This means tip number 4, discovering what canine body language really means. So if you're relying on some random social media videos from other dog owners to teach you what canine body language means, I am afraid you're gonna get it wrong. I can barely scroll through any videos on most social media channels because it makes me cringe when I see how so many people are misinterpreting doggy body language and then putting their dogs and humans in unsafe and stressful situations. Understanding the subtleties of body language, like whale eyes, tongue flicks, offering up their belly, ears back, and even pancaking are all very important for dog owners to know. Your dog is communicating with you all the time. Are you listening? If the dog communicates in a way where the humans continually disregard or don't notice it, your dog is going to escalate that communication to a level that humans usually notice, which usually is a growl or even a nip or bite. Now, a growl is never the first sign of discomfort, and if you missed or ignored the earlier signals, well, then your dog is going to likely skip them in the future and go right to something more intense. The more you can understand the more subtle cues of body language, the better you're going to understand and be able to bond with your puppy. Okay, tip number 3. I want you to know about the puppy schedule. Not only are there recommended amounts of sleep per age of puppy, but did you know that there's also a recommended wake window based on age? This means that there is a maximum amount of time your puppy should be awake before you put him or her down for the next nap. Now, if you can adhere to a good schedule that allows your puppy to get enough sleep and doesn't push them past their wake window too long based on their age, you're gonna see a lot less unwanted behaviors. Puppies need a lot of sleep for their little brains to process all the new things they're learning. Keeping a log of how much your puppy sleeps is gonna allow you to see patterns of behavior and then adjust the sleep schedule accordingly. Now, if you need a sample schedule that we recommend for, say, 8-week-old puppies, you're gonna find it in my new puppy starter kit, along with some other awesome potty training info, as well as the first game you should be playing with your puppy. Comment new puppy and we'll share the link with you, or you can find it in the description below this video. Okay, we have a few more tips today, so stick with us because the last one is really important. Next up, number 2, I want you to line up some help from a family member or friend. Now, I'm sure if you tell somebody that you're getting a new puppy and that you're going to need some helping hands, they'd be glad to volunteer. New puppies often go through an adjustment period before they're ready to be left alone. And if you push them too far, too fast, you could create some stress that you're going to have to undo later. In addition, you're going to need a break from all the puppy shenanigans in order to keep your own sanity. So for the first few months, have a few people at the ready so that you can get some help and get a break. They can help you with some training games or even some positive socialization too. And if you aren't able to find someone you know who wants to hang out with an adorable puppy, there are some dog walking services like Rover that many of our students have used in the past. Having a break from your puppy while still meeting his or her needs is going to help you prevent the puppy blues that I mentioned earlier. Now, I do have a good video that can explain some common reasons why it happens and then what you can do about it. You might want to book that one just in case you start to feel that way too. Spoiler alert, it's a very normal feeling, but there are a few important things you can do to address it, so be sure to watch that video. All right, my last tip, and this one's very important. It's to keep your patience high and your expectations low. This is especially important when your puppy first comes home. He or she is going to be pretty overwhelmed with all of the new things and new people. And most puppies need a few days or even a few weeks, or sometimes even longer, before they start to come out of their shell. Initially, you're going to want to work on crate training and potty training, and it's just starting to put that schedule together that works best for your household. But it's going to take a while for all those things to take hold. And your puppy, they won't be ready for formal training when they first come home. But new puppies are learning new things, whether you're teaching them on purpose or not. So the first thing I want you to do is reward your puppy when you see behaviors you like. This could be just coming to you, or sitting at your feet, or chewing on one of those puppy bones instead of your furniture. You can use treats, kibble, or even just the tone of your voice to tell your puppy that you like that behavior. And the more you reward, the more the behavior will continue. Now, one of the first games in our online training program is called the 50 Kibble Challenge. This game encourages you to take out 50 pieces of kibble from their daily food allotment. Then you're going to use this kibble to reward him or her for all the great behaviors you're seeing naturally in a day. Now, there is a stage of normal puppy compliance, so you're likely going to think that you got off with an easy puppy who already knows a lot. Not so fast. Your puppy is going to become a lot more curious about the world. If you started rewarding all that good behavior from a young age though, you're going to be building good habits and preventing bad habits from starting. This is going to make training go a lot easier. And once your puppy starts to settle in, you can start on some of the other fun training games designed to teach him or her even more skills. We do have a robust online training program with over 130 videos. Training games, lessons, resources that can all guide you through how to teach your puppy, and you too. If you want to learn more about it, you can just comment course and we'll send you the link to check it out. Now, if you have any questions, we'd also be happy to answer those too. Now that you've got your marching orders for getting prepared for a new puppy, it's time for this next video of what to do during the first week that he or she arrives home. You're going to learn about a few things you need to buy, but not too many, and how to adjust your schedule so you're ready for all the puppy snuggling. All right, this is Michele Lennon and the How to Train a Dream Dog team. We are your puppy raising experts, happy to help you with your new puppy. See you in the next video.